Because it is said that the best master is simply the one who is the best servant. A master never thinks himself master. A master thinks himself servant. Even God thinks himself servant. Krishna is the supreme enjoyment, but what is that enjoyment? Simply giving enjoyment to his devotees. So therefore, in the spiritual realm of consciousness, everyone is servant, no one is master. But someone takes the position of a master just to serve you by showing you how to serve. That is Lord Balaram Tattva. So, on this day of Sri Balaramji's appearance, this should be our meditation. Srila Prabhupada used to tell us that Bala means strength, spiritual strength, not physical strength. And Rama means one who takes pleasure. So we should pray to Lord Balaram to give us the strength to overcome the obstacles, the impediments on the spiritual path, and to carry out our service to the Vaishnavas, to the Guru, and to Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. When Sri Balaramji was living in Vrindavan with Krishna and the Brijbasis, it is said that one time they were herding their cows and playing near the Talavan forest. And the friends, Stoka Krishna, Subal, Madhu Mangal, they approached Balaramji and Krishna and said, in this nearby forest, Talavan, there are very ripe, delicious fruits growing on the trees everywhere. And they are so sweet and so delicious. And they're just falling to the ground because no one is picking them. Why? Because there is a demon. His name is Dhenukasura. He is in the form of an ass, and he has so many of his associates. And they are the friends of Kamsa. And they have a law that no one can take one fruit from this forest. They send their fruits to Kamsa to enjoy, and they eat the rest. And out of fear, no one has gone there. But Krishna and Balaram, we would like to offer you these fruits and enjoy them with you. Now you may ask, why the cowherd boys want to enjoy eating fruits? A devotee is not supposed to be attached to fruits. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you should not be attached to the fruits of your activity. You should offer them to Krishna. So why the cowherd boys say, let us all go there and enjoy? Why the cowherd boys say, we are maddened by the smell of these fruits, we want to go there and eat them, let's all eat them together. If a devotee has no tendency to enjoy for himself, wants to offer the fruits of everything he does and all of nature to Krishna, why they were so anxious to enjoy? You see, what gives Krishna the greatest enjoyment? To see his devotees enjoying. The cowherd boys, they want to just enjoy these fruits like anything, just so that Krishna will see them enjoying, so that Krishna will enjoy. They don't care anything about enjoying for themselves, they're just doing it for Krishna. Just like if you love someone, don't you feel happiness when they're enjoying? It's like if you have a child and you see the child crying, does that give you pleasure? But if you see the child laughing and dancing, it gives you great pleasure. If you want to make someone happy, you have to be happy for them. Right? So Krishna, his whole life is simply dedicated to giving pleasure and love to his devotees. So if you want to give pleasure to Krishna, you have to reciprocate by showing him, by coming before him in such a way that you are happy. This is Krishna consciousness. So the cowherd boys, they wanted to enjoy the fruit simply for Krishna's enjoyment, with not a speck of selfish motive themselves. And similarly the gopis, it is said that they were lusty for Krishna. They wanted to embrace him and enjoy him, but not the slightest intention, not even a speck of motivation for their own self. They simply wanted to dance with Krishna for his enjoyment. And they wanted to enjoy Krishna because the more Krishna saw that they were enjoying him, the more he would enjoy. So the spiritual world, no one has any selfish intention. Everyone is simply living for the pleasure of Krishna. So the cowherd boys, they have made this request to Krishna and Balaram. Let us go together, because if we go with you, nothing can harm us. So Balaramji, he went into the Talavan forest, and he went to the big tall tree and started shaking it. He was very powerful, and he loved to exhibit his feats of spiritual strength. And as he was shaking it, the big tal fruits were falling to the ground, and all the cowherd boys were just running down and offering them to Balaram and offering them to Krishna, and they were all eating together, having a wonderful time. They were so happy together. This is Vrindavan, being happy together, giving pleasure to Krishna and Guru by enjoying prasad together. So then, while they were enjoying, there was one person that did not enjoy at all. He was very angry. Dhenukasura. This is the nature of the asuras. The more they see the devotees happy, the more they want to destroy them. Envious people, they hate to see other people happy. They want to enjoy the fruits for themselves exclusively. Dhenukasura could not tolerate that they were enjoying what was meant for him. So he came charging, screaming like an ass. He was big like mountain. And he approached Balaram. And the strength of an ass is in his hind legs. He turned around and with all of his might he started kicking Balaram in the chest. And Balaram just stood there, calmly, just tolerating these massive blows. And then Balaram just was thinking, what is this? This demon must come to an end. Because he is trying to enjoy the fruits of his abode. Talavan was his abode. He considered, this is mine, and whatever fruits are here are mine to enjoy. Does this sound familiar? This is my house, and whatever is in this house is mine to enjoy. This is what we call Dhenukasura consciousness. In other words, anyone who thinks like this is an ass. No offense or anything. Not that any of you would think like this, but it is true. What does an ass think? An ass works hard all day, foaming at the mouth, big burden on him. For what? For a little sense enjoyment. And he thinks that what I've worked for, the fruits of my action are mine to enjoy. This is animal consciousness. But Balaram, who is represented by the spiritual master, kill that ass-like quality in our hearts. And don't think it's always so nice, at least to our minds. The spiritual master learns to teach us that all the fruits of our actions, all the fruits of this world are meant for Krishna's satisfaction. And through his words and through his instructions, in so many ways he's trying to kill this Dhenukasura ass who's living within the hearts of all of us. What is the Dhenukasura ass? The tendency to want to be the controller, to think that this is mine to enjoy. So Balaramji took Dhenukasura by the hind legs and started whirling him around. Threw him in the trees and he was dead. And in the same way, the spiritual master, sometimes he just just twirls us around and we get all dizzy trying to follow his instruction. But ultimately, what is the purpose? To kill the ass in our heart. And in that pure heart, like the cowherd boys, we simply offer all the fruits to Krishna. We enjoy with Krishna. Everything is Krishna's. So after Balaramji killed Dhenukasura, so many other asses started coming, charging at him. And he and Krishna, they were just in the same way taking all of them, and pretty soon all of the asses were dead, like a panoramic scene of dead asses. And then the cowherd boys and Krishna and Balaram, from that day on, they just lived happily ever after, eating the fruits of Talavan. So in the same way, Sri Balaramji, who is represented by Gurudev, if we just allow him to kill the asses of selfish desire in our heart, then we can eternally enjoy with Krishna in the spiritual world of love. And this is the great boon of Sri Balaramji. So we should contemplate, meditate on how to properly receive the mercy of Balaram by receiving the mercy of our spiritual master, his divine representative, by simply accepting humbly. Spiritual master Balaram wants nothing for themselves. Everything they are doing is for us. We're performing a few austerities. Srila Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, what little service can I ever do for him? And what has he done for us? He risked his life. He gave every moment of his time in every way to just try to help us become God conscious. He dealt with so many problems of health, so many problems of management, so many problems of everything. He wouldn't give up. At any time he could have just gone to Vrindavan and lived a happy life. But he was experiencing the ultimate happiness because he was sacrificing everything for us. And more than anything else, that won the heart of Krishna. So on Balaram's appearance date is a most auspicious time to remember the mercy of our spiritual master and reciprocate with love and devotion.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.